Well, hello you wonderful mother truckers you, and welcome to another video. Right then, it's going to be one of these devil's advocate posing a question, let me know what you think kind of videos. I like to do these every now and again because I think it's important that we have discussions and think about things. So sometimes I have to bring up things that people may or may not like, but if it sparks conversation, if it sparks a thought process, then that's a good thing. So, today's tete-a-tete is, do you really think change can happen in politics? You see, we all have this, humanity lives on this thing called hope. We always hope it's going to get better. We always hope they're going to do good. Hope is the thing that keeps us going. Without hope, there's no point. Is the sort of philosophy. And we base ourselves on, we see somebody who's different, slightly different, and we hope that there'll be the change. We've seen it with reform. Reform have become this object of hope, and we're going to hope that it gets better, and we're going to hope that everything is going to be changed. And then you'll get people like myself who will look at these groups and see the red flags that are flying constantly. And you realise, or you can realise, that there isn't going to be a change. And the reason there isn't going to be a change is because they won't allow people with a brain to take part in politics. You see, if you look at your career politician, they are somebody who hasn't really had a proper job, and their whole philosophy is based around money. Most sitting politicians sit there, pontificate and say wonderful sound bites, but in reality they're just there for the money. And you don't want clever people, because clever people ask questions that certain groups of society, the upper echelons, don't want asked. We all have a price, and that's the problem, because as much as everybody goes saying, "Oh, can't be bought," there is a price. Now, if you're not going to accept the monetary price of whatever, to do whatever, because remember, the world isn't run by governments. You may think it is, but it isn't. It's run by the elite, the money, the corporations, the lobbying groups. Those are the people with the real power. They're the ones who will get changes to the law to suit themselves, and they will do whatever it takes to do it. Now, most people, it will be, "Oh, well, we'll give you this amount of money and that amount of money." And then people will go, "Well, I don't want your money. I can't be bought. This is immoral." So then what happens? Sex scandal comes out, or a drug scandal comes out, or your life is destroyed, or they'll threaten your family. Because this is how it works. It's not, and this is just me spitballing this out here, because I like to ask these questions and get the thinking processes working. Because we all say that I'd be a great politician. And I probably would be a great politician, but I also realise that by going into that level, you can be bought or threatened. And that is why we've stopped having intelligent people as prime ministers, as MPs. What we need to get is people who are easily manipulated. I mean, look at the current education secretary, whose parents ran a charity and £725,000 went missing. Now, that could be used to be held against somebody, couldn't it? And what we have is people who are easily manipulated, people who have really bad pasts that can be used to persuade them, shall we say, that if you don't take the backhander, we'll just let everybody know about this. So as I'm going to bring this little teasing, posing, question, devil's advocate thing to a close, I want you to let me know in the comments section down below what you think. And it doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree. Give everybody the opportunity to, if YouTube doesn't delete them, of course, is the opportunity to read how you see it. I want to see how you see it, not how I see it. I want to see what you think. And let's see if there is a common thread running through them all. Because you'll find that if we have these conversations and we ask these questions and we answer them, even though they will be wildly different, if you look at them in detail, you will find there will be something, maybe one or two things that everybody's saying that align. Because this is how it works in the world. We're told it's, you know, it's black and white, right versus left, good versus evil. But in reality, when it all comes down to it, an awful lot of it, there will be two or three things that we all agree on. And they don't want us to realise that. And there's where the secret lies. So, let me know what you think. Do you really think that things can change in politics, or is it the cesspit of money, bribery, threats? Because I mean, we see it in social media. You know, when you get to a certain point where you say something, people will try and destroy you, bully you, threaten you. Lubna's an example. You know, you can see it on multiple channels. And you can even see it with people like, you know, your Paul Thorpes and your Danny Salmons and your Tommy Robinsons, that it's not just there. If you get too noticeable, you say too much, and you start influencing things, then the government threatens you, puts you under pressure, and ultimately jails you. So let me know what you think. 2 videos coming up at the end of this one. One will be the last one I uploaded. The other one will be the one that the gods of YouTube, this mighty algorithm, will have picked just for you, and it's called The Chosen One. You can like, you can share. If you agree with what I'm saying, just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. Don't forget to smash that notification bell to be told I've done another video. Ways to support the channel are down below in the description. That's up to you. No pressure whatsoever. And with that, I'm done. So, until the next one.
Maybe it's so narrow at the bottom.